This video is for all my fit chicks who have been experiencing some sort of knee pain, and we're going to do some activation and stretching exercises to help alleviate that. And I want you to do these 1 to 2 times a week until your knee pain goes away. Now, right here, we are flexing and waking up the quad muscle, just flexing it and relaxing it. And then I want you to use your flexed muscle to lift your whole leg off the ground. No bend in the knee. We're flexing the quad muscle. That's the top of your thigh. It acts as a stabilizer for your knee, so we need it to be strong. And usually it's just not woken up. It's just kind of dormant and sleepy there. So flexing and releasing helps to wake it up. And flexing just makes it feels like you're pressing your back of your knee into the ground. That's what it should feel like. And you'll do about 10 to 20 reps of each leg, and you might feel a little cramping or soreness in the top of your thigh muscle. And then you're going to stretch your thigh muscle. You're going to stretch your quads by doing these standing butt kicks, one leg at a time, kicking so far back that you're trying to kick your own back, and you're trying to bring your thigh bone back behind you. And you should feel a little stretch in that quad muscle in the front. Okay, and then we're moving on to a low seated squat. So if you have a very low stool or just a very low step, I want you to take that, sit straight down into it. I don't want you to round your back like I want you to stick your buns out. So not rounding like this, no low back rounding here. I want you to actually stick your booty out and sit your sits bones straight down on your stool, and your chest is lifted. So there shouldn't be any back pain here, but what we're practicing is keeping your knees over your toes while your heel is still on the ground. So your whole flat feet are on the ground. Heels do not rise off. Stay seated and lose the stool if you feel like that's too easy. You can do it without a stool. This is, very impressive if you can do it without the stool with your whole feet on the ground. This practice is getting the ankle flexion that we all need, and practice is putting that knee over your toes while your flat foot is on the ground. Okay, chest lifted. You'll hold it here for a minute or so, even longer if you can, if you have the patience for that. All right, showing you from a different angle here. I'm using my elbows to press my knees out. Get those adductors really stretchy and flexible. And now we are going to strengthen your hip muscle because your hip is also a stabilizer for your knee. There's a muscle that runs from your hip down towards the side of your leg, wraps around your knee, and it needs to be strong and woken up. And we can do that with these single-legged hip hinges, also known as a single-legged deadlift. You can use assistance like I'm going to show you here. You can use the wall, and you're pressing through your whole foot to stand straight back up, and you're pushing and squeezing your glute muscle there, the left leg that's down. That's the glute muscle you're going to be flexing on the way up. Use your butt muscle. It's a stabilizer. And now we're going to strengthen it one more time with this single-legged squat. Your back leg is just for balance. Don't use your back leg. Use your front foot, front leg. Keep your flat foot on the floor, that leg that you're working, and you're going to push your hips back, deep crease in the hips as your knee goes forward, pressing the whole foot through the ground to stand up. So deep crease in the hip, deep crease under the knee. Forget 5th grade PE class. You don't have to keep your knees behind your toes when you squat. In fact, your knees are going to go over your toes, and we have to practice doing that while still using our glute muscle. So don't tuck your buns under, stick them out. Last thing I want you to do is 5 minutes of walking backward. You don't have to do it all at one time. You can even do it on a treadmill, but I want you to walk backward. This is fantastic for your knees. We all should do it, but I want you to start with 2 times a week, and hopefully that gives you some relief.